I'm joined here by Harry Mutch, who has just produced his 5-star personal best at Burghley. Harry, how are you feeling?
I'm thrilled with him. I think he went in there and he enjoyed himself in there and just let me ride him. And for both of us, we feel like we enjoyed it, and it was just a nice test to ride.
And what does it mean for you to be here, at Burghley?
It's really special. I think Burghley's known as the biggest 5-star in the world, so to get the chance to ride here and to bring a horse of his talent here, it's really exciting, and I just can't wait to get out there and try it.
And now I've been reading and finding out a bit about your story, and you didn't start riding until you were a teenager, and it was, to be honest, it was a bit of a chance that you started at all. Is that right?
Yeah, so my mum and dad went for a riding lesson. The car broke down and my dad had to stay with the car and said, "You're going to have to take Harry for a riding lesson." I was like, I don't know about that, because I played rugby at the time and that wouldn't have been the thing to do, and got dragged along, quite enjoyed it, and thought I'll go back next week, and from there on just got hooked onto it. So that's how it all started, really.
So if the car hadn't broken down, you might be doing something completely different.
Probably never have been here.
Amazing.
It's just weird how things work out.
And you were a good rugby player as well. Was there a little bit of a toss-up at a time when you had to make a decision which sport to pursue?
Yeah, sort of, because when I left school, it was sort of, riding wasn't really a big part at that time. I think I hadn't even ridden around a novice then.
Okay.
So it was quite a big commitment to go that way, and I literally left school and went to work straight on a yard and just learnt from the ropes from there, really. And I think from there on I learnt that was what I wanted to do, and just committed from there, really.
And at what point you said it was working on a yard that was where you realised what you wanted to do, but at what point did you kind of find the love for horses?
Well, in eventing, I think when I first started riding, I was fortunate to be trained by a guy called David Heron, who used to be an event rider and rode to a high level, and he sort of got me into eventing and sort of showed me the adrenaline of the cross country and everything, and I think that's how I got the love of this sport. But it was funny that Burghley was actually the first event I ever came to watch, and I think I'd only been riding for a couple of months then. So I sort of turned up here and thought, oh my God, what's this? Never thinking one day I was really going to ride here. And then I think a few years later that then became the dream, and we're here now, so it's really exciting.
And how old were you when you had that first riding lesson and things? You were a teenager, weren't you?
13, yeah.
So 13, and you're now
25.
So that's quite a rapid progression up through the levels and things. What's been key? Am I right in saying you're on the Wesco Foundation?
Yeah, I've been on the Wesco Foundation now it's coming up to a year now, and that's been really beneficial. Been working a lot with Pippa funnel through that, and actually been based there now the last 2 months in preparation for this. And it's been so helpful for my career over the last year, and really given me an idea of how to boost the business side, and it's really, really helped.
And we saw Pippa watching your test and things, because she was in just a couple of horses before you. What did she say to you?
Just enjoy it. And so she came to help me for like the last 5 minutes before my test, and she's really good at just making you feel relaxed before you test, making you feel like you're doing the right thing, you know where you should be and how to do it, and it just takes the pressure off a bit, so you can relax and actually go in and think you're doing a good job. And I think that's really helped me over the last few months to sort of really knock my scores up and just get me in the better positions, really.
And tell me as well about your lovely horse. What's his character like? What's his personality like? And what makes him so good?
Well, he's a little bit of a freak. He is. Yeah. He's, in the stable, he's a little bit quiet, and to ride he's like very, very sensitive, and you just got to get to know him, really. And we've had him for 11 years now, so we really do know each other, and he sort of digs deep in these sort of conditions, and when the fences do get this big, it actually helps back him off, because he just get a little bit keen at 4-star. So hopefully when he sees these are a bit bigger and these are a bit wider, he will listen to me a bit more, and then the partnership really comes out, and sort of when you hit 10-11 minutes, you've got to know what you're sitting on then, because it does get tough.